He's a genius in math, of course. So now let's have this person. She tells story, and she'll show how when you have a gift to tell story, you have a gift to change the world in a positive way. She is the chief editor of National Geographic. She also is the editor for all content in National Geographic. Please welcome Susan Goldberg. Welcome.
Does everybody want to see some incredible pictures that can change the world? Yes, okay. Because at National Geographic, we have been telling stories that can change the world for a generation. I don't think my slides are up there. Okay, I'm going to start it over again. My name is Susan Goldberg. I'm the editor of National Geographic, and we tell stories that can make a difference in the world and that can change the world. In fact, we have been doing this very thing for generations. 56 million people around the world still read National Geographic in this way. But you know, these days, whether they are fans on social media or viewers on our digital website or readers, we reach 760 million people around the world with indelible stories that they cannot forget. And these are the kinds of stories that can make tomorrow better than today. You know, that yellow border that just used to define our magazine has become a portal into a variety of ways that people can journey around the world, learn about cultures they never knew, find out about scientific inventions and innovations, and make a difference. What we try to do at National Geographic is tell the stories of humankind up close. So we want to tell stories that make a difference, stories like the health of our planet. We want to take people to little-known places, places where they would never get by themselves. We want them to come to care about the natural world and to care about the people who need our help. We believe that when people understand the world, they'll care more deeply for it. So at National Geographic, we walk our talk. We are the only for-profit media company in the world that gives 27% of our profits to a nonprofit, in our case, to the National Geographic Society, where it's invested in education, exploration, and science. But every day, we use the strength of our visual journalism and our global reach to capture readers' hearts, such as this story of a girl named Yoina and her pet tamarin, who live deep in Manu National Park in Peru. It's one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, but it's threatened by logging and development. We shine a spotlight on urgent and difficult issues, like the slaughter of elephants and rhinos. 100,000 elephants have been killed in the last 3 years, and rhinos are literally being driven into extinction, all to make trinkets and jewelry. We are invested in exposing this wrongdoing at National Geographic, and we are doing that through cover stories in our magazine and daily content on our website so people know about this outrage. And we do what we've always done, which is just help people explore and take them to magical places, such as this on the coast of northern Oman. So let me take you on a fast journey of our inspirational storytelling. It's the kind of storytelling that can make tomorrow better today. So let me introduce you to PhotoArk. This is a story all about saving animals. PhotoArk is a 25-year-long project of our photographer Joel Sartori, who is photographing 12,000 species in the world. And he's doing that because if we stay on the road that we're on, half of those species will be gone by 2100. And what Joel does is he photographs them either on black backgrounds or on white backgrounds, and the animals are almost always making eye contact with the viewer. He does that so you will care about them. But what I really love about Joel's project is he doesn't just take pictures of the charismatic animals. It isn't just the lions or the tigers or the bears. Joel takes pictures of the little animals too, because they count just as much. So he takes pictures of the rats and the snails and the frogs. At National Geographic, we love Joel's project so much that recently we put 10 of his different pictures on the same issue of our magazine. And this is incredible content, so you can see it in our books, in our magazines, you can see it on our website, and if you went there, you might see a video like this one. So that's what the 25 million people who come to our website each month can see. But if you're one of the 15 million young people who look at our content on Snapchat and you wanted to know about PhotoArc, this is what you're going to see. We're trying to take these stories and use them on the platforms in the way that they make sense for the audience that they're intended, so they can make a difference. And what Joel says is, I want to get people to care, I want them to fall in love, and I want them to take action. And that is a fantastic 15-word mission statement, really, for everything that we try to do at National Geographic. We don't just take pictures, pretty pictures of animals. We really dive into the tough issues. So later this year, and this is yet to be published, we're going to tell people about the Okavango, which is a delta in Botswana that in and of itself is protected and home to amazing animals, but whose headwaters in Angola are severely threatened by human encroachment and deforestation and development. An entire ecosystem is at stake. So National Geographic has sent in a team of scientists, filmmakers, and photographers to document the Okavango and to help inform decision makers and the public about what we could lose if we don't protect this magic place. And we are always telling stories about climate change, using our powerful visual imagery to entice people into reading a story that a lot of them would rather avoid. We try to make avoidance impossible because we want to get them to care and get them to understand, again, what is at stake. And for a story like climate change, we have devoted entire specials issues to it. We cover it constantly on our website. In fact, almost all of the stories in National Geographic, in one way or another, are about climate change. You know, telling stories about cultures and building bridges between those cultures is at the heart of our mission and has been since 1888. This year, we decided to look at the issue of gender in a special magazine devoted entirely to it. So we went all over the world and we said to children, what is it like to be a boy in your culture? What is it like to be a girl in your culture? What would your life be like if you were somebody of the other gender? And it was in asking these questions that we came to meet Avery Jackson, a 9-year-old transgender girl from Kansas City, Missouri, who ended up on the cover of National Geographic Magazine. And she did because not only is Avery's portrait so proud and so strong, but she said something very profound about gender. She said, "The best thing about being a girl is now I don't have to pretend to be a boy." Now, I will tell you that some readers were very angry with us for putting this cover out there. In fact, 10,000 of them canceled their subscriptions to the magazine. They did not think that we should look at human culture in this way. And I was sorry they canceled, but we succeeded with so many more readers. In fact, 370 million readers from around the world came to our content on our social and digital platforms to read stories about gender, and I think that is incredibly important. Now, I'm really proud of our storytelling in this issue, and not just because we were a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for Explanatory Reporting, which was a first for National Geographic, but I am more proud because so many people have come to me and said, putting a transgender girl on the cover of National Geographic gave us the opportunity to have a conversation in our families that we had never been able to have before. And that, to me, is storytelling that really matters. So when we were going around the world talking to these children, one of the things that we learned, and I guess we already knew it, but we learned in a heartfelt way, is how many girls talk about gender only in terms of how it limits their lives. And the sad thing is these are 9-year-old girls from all over the world, and whether they were poor or privileged, whatever language they were speaking in, whatever country they were coming from, they just told us how gender would prevent them from being everything they could be in their lives. And these girls are 9 years old. And that makes me so angry, and it breaks my heart. And we are going to keep on following this story and writing about the lives of girls and women, because we are not going to really make the world a better place as long as women and girls are subjugated. So just to conclude, could we go back to that other slide, please? So just to conclude, what we've really learned in the last 129 years is this: we are all curious, we are all explorers. We are all searching for what surprises us, inspires us, and what can get us to go further. At National Geographic, our products are awe and wonder. We're lucky to have nature as our muse. As storytellers, our ambition is to create content that is arresting, pioneering, and genuine. Stories that people care about, stories they can't resist, stories that will make the world a better place. Our world illuminated. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Susan Goldberg, for inspiring us.